So you want to start CrossFit and you find out it's more Big Brother.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me.
It's lunchtime. What is going on, everybody? It is lunchtime, and we got the cowboy today.
I got a mic.
And he's got a mic. He's got a mic. What is going on, Meredith, Vicky, Frida? Good to have you all with us today. Before we get into too much, and there's a lot going on, like, with all the tea going on in the CrossFit space, Jenny's going to have to do a daily dense update.
Bruh, it's ridiculous.
It is.
The sheer volume of stuff that has exploded in the past, I don't know, 5 days, 6 days, something like that.
So crazy.
Yeah, bless her. Bless her for keeping up, for being able to keep up.
Well, let's start there. I'll go on my riff later. So yesterday, I kind of went off. I saw this guy from CBG. We've actually had him on the show. He was interviewed by Charlie back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, Vicky, we know there's echo. Trust us. We're working on it. The equipment just got here last night. We're working through the issues of getting everything set up just right. I don't know if it's the office he's in or whatever. We've finagled with some buttons and we're working on it. We'll get it ironed out in the next couple of days for sure. But at least you can hear him clearly now.
Worst case scenario, I'll just go back to my earbuds for the rest of the day, but we're trying to get it straight.
So yeah. So yesterday I go on my Instagram. There's all this stuff between Taylor Self and the CBG guy. And again, full disclosure, he's been on our show. Charlie interviewed him a couple times. It is, there is no reverb, George Wang.
Actually, I do have a reverb button. I just turned it all the way down.
Oh, there it is. Thank you, George Wang. Yeah, it's much better now.
Okay, good. Yeah. It was about halfway, FYI.
Okay.
Which is probably how it came out of the box. I didn't even pay any attention to it, but
there we go. Sound great.
Oh, good.
Already got it fixed for you, Vicky, George, Meredith. There you go.
Appreciate it, Wang.
So, okay, back to the story. CBG guy, he's been on our show. Apparently, he's been called out that maybe the games athletes do not actually do his program. They just get paid by him to say they do it. And he took offense to that. He went out and on a complete assault on the comment sections around YouTube, Instagram, and whatever. And then he went old school mafia, pulled out a wad of cash, said he was going to find the rat. I'm going to find the rat. And, which I don't get. Like, a rat is someone who turns on you and spills the beans. I don't know how, like, I guess that's a rat. All right. He was finding a rat. I don't know. And I just, like, I'm perplexed that that's how you decide to run your business. Now, he's done things in the past that I just don't understand. And I know, I have an MBA, and when I study business and we do case studies, I don't see guys doing marketing plans with crunk teeth, thick chains, 80s Oakley sunglasses, Hulk Hogan outfits to advertise their business. That's not what I studied in school. But he's chosen to be, that's his persona, and more power to him. But then when you're in trouble like this, it doesn't come off well. When then you take all the stuff like that, the over the top stuff that he does, and then go on a crusade through the comment section. Your thoughts?
And tag all of your own athletes.
And
to start off with.
And tell the people that you're talking to, the audience, to go ask them if they really do the program. So blow up all my athletes' DMs and ask them if they really do my program.
I don't have an MBA, Scott. FYI. I have a couple semesters of college. That's about to and I am fairly certain that is I don't even say a terrible idea, a baffling idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call out all of my people. Hey, these are all of my people. If you know that they're not doing what I have programmed for them to do, you tell me and I have some money for you. What? Instead of going, well, you know what? We're having a difference of opinion and I'm going to keep doing what I do and you keep doing what you do and then we'll just roll right on along.
I cannot see this ending well for his business.
Especially, well, here's what I'm really not seeing well is because before then, like people were aware of them. I would say that people hadn't really done much deep dives, but like the people that are in the comments that are leaving testimonials now about, oh, I did this and I had this horrible experience and I gave them this money and then I decided I wanted to do it. And they were like, too late, you already signed the contract. I'm not giving you your money or your meal plan for whatever. And it's more than one, it's more than two, it's more than three. Like the last I checked, there were several different stories in there about how this dude was doing less than above board business. And like nobody was saying anything before then, but now that you want to come out there and huff and puff and pull your chest out, now all of a sudden, oh, you want to act like that? Cool. This is who this guy really is. Or at least who he was with those particular people. And it doesn't take much. Dude, this community is not that big. It's really, really, really not. For them.
Let's be real, right? Like when you're working on nutrition, there's a couple templates out there that are really just the only thing that's out there. Unless you're going like fad, super crazy stuff. The real business of nutrition coaching is a relationship between you and your coach. That person that you can talk to in the time you need somebody, the person you can talk to when you need advice. After the last few days, do you trust this dude to be that guy to have that conversation with? Threatening to post before and after pictures of your wife if you go public about any more of this stuff? Like, that's not who I want to trust with I have a hard enough time getting on the scale and let my own self see it, let alone like sharing that with a person that I can't trust.
Who is now publicly stating these things. Right?
Right.
For everybody to see. Internet's forever.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling, dude. It's mind-boggling. It's like, you know what? We were doing pretty good. We got some high-level athletes in here and whatnot. What can we do to completely tank that as much as we possibly can?
Yeah, like exactly. They were actually getting some traction, right? Like, you know, you have the Trista Smiths, the Hattie Canyos, the Danielle Brandons, the Haley Adams, all of that stuff, and then you just totally tank it by getting into an internet bully session.
Both Smiths
and
Jesse.
I don't know if they're still with him because I didn't see their names posted, but maybe I know they were with him for a long time.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like, okay, you want to fight with Taylor Self? That's fine, go fight with Taylor Self. But 250 people commented on Taylor Self's reel. And then you dive into those comments and you're not like explaining what went wrong. You're not trying to like give an explanation as to what's happening. No, you're going to intimidate and bully people in the comments and then expect that to go well. That's a joke.
It's worse than a joke.
Howie says, I almost feel bad for how much of an idiot he seems like. He must be young. I think he was really successful as a small company. And this happens a lot in business, right? As a small company, you do awesome. And then you decide, well, I need to grow bigger. And then you're chasing the rabbit. And not everybody is cut out to chase the rabbit. And I think what he got in the deep end of the pool and he can't hang.
The very deep end of the pool.
Vicky, he has a group of coaches that work with clients, maybe not elites, but still, is it possible that some people had issues with some of the coaches and not him directly? I actually heard the exact opposite, Vicky. I've actually heard that his coaches are actually pretty awesome. It's the people that have to deal with him directly that have had the issue, which is sad because you're employing these coaches who are so Hattie Canyu does not work with him.
Right.
Hattie works with a girl named Amanda, and I got to meet her at the games last year. She is amazing. She is nothing like him. Right. She doesn't wear crunk teeth. She doesn't wear big, thick chains. She was a very supportive person for Hattie during the games. And she was awesome. What's sad is he goes out and does all this stuff and he's blowing up his business that support all of these coaches. So now they're either going to have to, if it blows up, they're going to have to find their own business to run or find another company to link up with to continue what they're doing.
And now people like Hattie have to look at that and go, do I really want to be associated? Even though my actual coach is amazing, is a rock star, do I really want to be associated with this dude who is the face of the company at this point?
Well, and I don't know this for sure. Like her and Amanda are tight. So it wouldn't surprise me that she was with Amanda before Amanda got with CBG.
Right.
Right. But now you have this guy out there putting your name out there, DM this woman and ask her if she does my program.
Which is, bro, I already said it once, but good Lord, that's crazy.
Hunting cardio bunnies. Yeah. To me, hiring a personal coach is almost like hiring a friend or accountability buddy, if not just by the RP templates. I wouldn't even call it a friend. I would call it more an accountability person. I feel that to have a coach, you can't have, it's hard to have a personal relationship as a friend and be the coach. You want someone that has a vested interest in you, but you're not hanging out together because they can look at things more objectively. Right. But that's me. It doesn't mean everybody works that way.
No, I would say my nutrition coach is definitely one of my best, happens to be one of my best friends, but she doesn't cut me any slack.
Right.
Like,
if you have that, that's awesome.
Yeah. She's amazing. She's a training partner. Her and I are fixing to do a competition together the beginning of the month, next month. But she doesn't cut me any slack. Like, hey, bro, I'm fixing to cut you. You know, matter of fact, she cut my fat this week because I'm leaning out. But yeah, Tristan.
The comment section was interesting, says Tristan.
He is not wrong. He is not wrong. Not at all.
Vicky, this is an excellent point. RP, et cetera, doesn't work for everyone. I'm a nutrition and mindset coach, and it's about way more than the food. Mindset, psychology, mental issues, all of that is more than about what the wound is, whatever that is, whether the wound be I'm addicted to food, or whether the wound be like I'm depressed, or whether usually there's a cause of the wound. And it's finding that cause that solves the problem,
100%.
not addressing the wound.
I am a big cause person. I don't want a Band-Aid. I want to know, I want to fix it, right? I am a fixer. I want to know what's wrong so I can fix it. I don't want to just patch it up. I don't want to cover up symptoms. I want to fix it. And it doesn't work for everybody. A lot of people just patch it up so I can go on. No, I don't want to do that. I want to fix things. Big difference. Big difference. I want to know why. I want to change habits so that I can fix it. Right.
Well, I think that's kind of the CrossFitter's mentality, right? And Vicky brings it up here. I approach it from a functional medicine perspective too, so I can incorporate that into meal planning, et cetera. Exactly. You're looking for the thing that solves the problem, right? Getting fit, eating right. That's what gets things better. But you got to figure out what's causing the binge eating or the cravings or whatever it is. And in this pharmaceutical world we live in today, so many people just want the pill or the Band-Aid to go over the wound, right? Give me 2 pills, give me 6 pills, give me 8 pills, right? Instead of figuring out what is it that's causing this, and maybe I can eliminate that from my life and then move forward.
Oh, are these 6 pills causing whatever side effects? Here are these 2 pills to take care of the side effects.
Oh yeah.
Like it's pills on pills on pills on pills. Dude. So we being me and my wife started a documentary night before last or so. Somebody's family killed somebody else's husband, something along those lines, whatever. Not the point. It's on Hulu. We have Hulu with ads, right? Ad last night was the wildest, most specific, because they show it's not all, but it's vast majority, like, take this pill ad. Ask your doctor, is this pill right for you ad? It was I forget the name of the website. It'll come to me in a little bit, but it was a pill for if your penis had a bend in it.
Yeah. And they hold up the carrot.
Yes. Broken carrot.
Yep.
Oh my God, dude. That was the first time I'd seen that one, or we had seen that one last night. And I looked over because Jennifer's sitting on the other side of the couch from me, and she's just sitting there literally with her jaw open. Like, is this really on TV right now?
Jason Board once signed up. I truly just thought it was Naomi I had to live with my whole life. Didn't even know there was a Band-Aid for it, man.
Here's the thing, dude. We honestly thought it was a skit at first. Like, it was, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was going to turn out to be
SNL commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. And like, they never cut away. Nope. This is what this is for. Right there, right then and there. Holy smokes, dude.
Jody says, meanwhile, hers ads are popping up nonstop in the chat. That's why I pay for the premium YouTube, because I just can't.
Hers ads, ads.
All day. I watch YouTube more than any other streaming service under the sun, and I got rid of ads because I just can't.
The hers, Hims, and Row.
Yeah,
bro. Them Row people, they end everything.
Yeah.
Goodness. I don't watch a lot of TV, Scott, and I know that.
They are everywhere. Corey, the majority of them are wild. What I love, I've actually watched TV where the one commercial is, hey, this is for erectile dysfunction, but it may cause hair loss. And the very next ad is, hey, you got your solution for hair loss. And they run back to back.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying, dude. Oh, do you have problems from this? You should take this. Pharmaceutical industry, man, it feeds upon itself.
And I think there's so much strategy involved with that we'll release this and then we'll have the solution to the side effect with this and so on and so on. Yeah, Frida, I'm glad I live in a country where drugs can't be advertised. It just blows my mind. Like growing up, that was not, I don't know why they legalized it.
Because enough lobbyists got involved, they got paid, and they decided to go ahead and change the rules. My two favorite things about those commercials are ask your doctor if this pill is right for you. And the second best thing, my second favorite thing is the side effects. May cause, and they just start talking. Everything from bleeding from the eyes to sudden and horrific death.
Right.
Don't take this. Don't take this if you're allergic to what it's made out of. How am I supposed to know if I'm allergic to what it's made out of unless I take it?
Right. Like, and there's one ad, it said like, don't take here's pill A. Don't take if you're allergic to pill A. Well, how the hell am I supposed to know if I'm allergic to pill A? Like they're not even using an ingredient. They just say the product name.
Right.
Shanna, who is, our CFMDL1, hate the industry. It's mind-boggling to me that like these doctors go to school for like 7 years or whatever it is to get their degree. And now you, the consumer who has no education, based on a 30-second ad, you're supposed to go to your doctor and say, hey, I want this.
Oh, that's got me thinking about the stuff that we used to, when they first started coming out with all the, the various ads or whatnot that we no longer see. Has restless leg syndrome been cured? Do you remember restless leg syndrome?
I do.
If your leg was just, yeah. Has it been cured? Because I haven't seen a commercial for it in probably 5 years.
Yeah. Shanna, I love you, Scott. You understand. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Love you back. I think we had something here. Hold on. The nutritionist also advertising GLPs makes me sick. Not saying some people may not need them to a degree, but WTF.
Absolutely.
The easiest way to know everything you need to know about pharma is no one in the industry takes anything they sell.
I forget what they were called, but they were like 3 different ones that were about the painkillers when, the opioid crisis and whatnot, when they were overprescribing OxyContin and whatnot. There's like 3 different that are all basically about the same set of people. You watch those guys, like the salesmen that are going to these doctors' offices and, prescribe this, blah, 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 so they could get money. None of those people are on OxyContin. Not a single one.
Well, here in Ohio, the opioid epidemic is so big. I mean, at work, we have grants to try to get people out into recovery, so on and so forth. And if you actually need a painkiller, like the amount of paperwork you have to sign off on now at the doctor to get a legit painkiller. And then, like, I think when I had my back surgery, they made me go to a class and learn about opioids and what their effects could be. But I'm that guy that, like, as soon as I can get off the med, I want off the med. Right? You give me Oxy, I'm taking it until I can tolerate the pain, and then it's gone.
My wife had shoulder surgery. When was that? 3 years ago, something along those lines. And 12 hours in between or whatever the case in between. And she did every single thing she possibly could to not take any of her pain medicine for that reason. She didn't want it. She didn't want anything to do with it. She didn't like how it made her feel. And she didn't want to even take a chance that she was going to enjoy it and therefore end up being hooked to it. So like, she was a soldier, dude. It was horrible to watch because she was in so much pain, but it was incredible to watch because she just soldiered through like the vast majority of it.
Mark Phillips responding to your restless leg syndrome. Remember, I get kicked every night. Amen, brother. Amen.
I don't know if my 8-year-old has it, but if you on the off chance that when she wakes up in the middle of the night and is coming crawl in bed with us, dude, she sleeps sideways and kicks us pretty much the entire night. It's insane.
I was going to bring up the DB thing. Dents did a great job kind of summarizing it. If you didn't see the Hiller video on Brittany Weiss, he asks her why Danielle Brandon hates her, in like the Hiller kind of like jabbing, joking fashion. And then brings up the fact that when Brittany won Crash, Danielle screenshotted her bio on Instagram where she said she was a games athlete and dogged her for saying that being a team games athlete or team games champion. And Hiller has another segment on it in his latest video. I think it just came out right before we went on the air, so I haven't got a chance.
Yeah. Earlier today, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I didn't get a chance to check out Jenny's video yet either because I had to go.
Yeah, I didn't get the notice on Jenny's until later this morning because they've started that new channel. And I did subscribe last night, but it didn't notify me until a couple hours after it went live. Usually I wake up to pee and that's when I see it. And,
I don't want to go into the DB thing again because like it's just the same old stuff over and over again. Now there's people coming out of the woodwork saying she's a home wrecker and doing the long reels on Instagram and all this. I don't need to go into all that stuff, but so Jenny summarizes it really well. Fun fact: I started watching that there was a long reel on Instagram about the girl, and then I got 35 seconds into it, and I said, "You know what? I really don't care."
Yeah.
And I'm
with you. I was like, I looked at the line on the bottom and it was only like a tick over with a whole bunch to go. And I'm like, there can't be this much to the story.
There's no possible way. So I just moved on with my life. Oh, well, there you go.
There, Chattanooga did it for us. The home wrecker post lady didn't say anything anyhow. So the other thing that came up in the whole, like, this is bizarro reality show CrossFit thing is the Josie Hamming thing having an OnlyFans account. So I wanted to do a deep dive investigation to find out about this OnlyFans account. And I did it without going on OnlyFans, just so you know.
Good job.
I went to Reddit to kind of see what the uproar was about. And I don't go to Reddit unless I absolutely have to. But all of the complaining on Reddit was that she doesn't show anything anyway. It's her Instagram account on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And so everybody's making this big deal about it. And it's really just people paying for her Instagram account that they can get for free.
And God bless her for that.
Yeah. If she can get paid for it and not even have to do a new picture, just copy it over from Instagram.
I'm going to take the stuff that
men are willing to pay for that, or women are willing to pay for that. More power to you.
And they are. Clearly they are, because I can't find where she does anything else. She works out and takes pictures of herself, or people take pictures of her.
A regionals athlete for a minute, like a team athlete for a minute. And I think her brother is actually one of the 8th day CrossFit gym members on the team. Okay. And Jamie knows the family because she's from that Michigan area. So Jonathan says it's not new. Apparently he's been a member for about 1.5 years. No, I'm just kidding. She has a personal training program and app.
Good for her. Then she's got multiple income streams.
There you go.
Personal training program, app, OnlyFans that you don't actually have to pay for if you follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, it's so funny because when you get into that cesspool of Reddit, like everybody's complaining. They're all complaining that it's nothing I can't see on Instagram. Well, you had to pay for it to get there. So what? You got suckered in.
Yeah. What did you think was going to happen exactly?
Yeah. I found it humorous.
Well, here's the thing is that you got suckered into paying for it just to find out that it was what you already saw. And now you complaining because it was what you already saw. Well, if you were stupid enough to go and try to pay for OnlyFans to begin with, then that's on you.
Vicky, I agree. Nobody should judge if that's how someone makes their money. It isn't hurting anyone else. I completely agree with you. Me and the homies take bets on which CrossFit athlete will be the next on OnlyFans. Yeah, I know. I actually found Christmas Abbott has an OnlyFans account too.
That's unsurprising.
Yeah. When I was diving through Reddit, I saw that as well.
That's unsurprising. I think I actually already knew that because I think Saban might have mentioned it once or twice before, which it doesn't surprise me that he knows that Christmas Abbott has a OnlyFans account.
So
I'm gonna tell you right now, if Jonathan and his friends are taking bets on who's next, I'm going to get in on that text thread because I have my own opinions about who's going to be on there sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I don't want to talk.
I don't care.
I don't either. So anyway, some other news. I watched the Froning podcast yesterday. I love Rich Froning. I love Rory. They've always been good to me in person. Rich is my favorite CrossFit athlete of all time. That was hard to get through yesterday.
Really?
Really hard. And I watched every Froning podcast. So, but one thing was said that for the Mayhem Classic, they were looking into using the Rogue leaderboard to make their picks as to who would be invited to the Mayhem Classic to qualify for the games. And I guess there was a big uproar about that. And they actually said on the show, and Barbell Spin has reported it since, that people are upset because WFP is included in the rankings. And that Rory actually talked to Katie, and they're thinking about removing WFP from the Rogue rankings because a couple of the top athletes have dropped out.
I mean, that would make sense. You would either have to do that or you'd have to shave it down to only the people that did both. If it's going to be fair, if that's what you're going off of.
Well, I think it's more an indication of where WFP is heading and the way it's being viewed now by the elite athletes. And I just found it interesting. It wasn't like to be a big, long discussion topic, but Vicky says, I still haven't gotten the whole way through the video yet. The Mayhem one, not the OnlyFans.
Thank you for clarifying there, Vicky.
Larry says they always take a while to get to the point on their content. I don't even mind storytelling time. Like, I really enjoy hearing about the old days and stuff like that. I don't know. Yesterday was tough. It was really, really tough. So I don't know. Tristan says, personally, I don't love that they include Wodapalooza in their ranking. I don't know.
I'm kind of with him on that one. It's not enough events.
I know, but if you only do the game season, then you're just replicating what's out there, right? And if someone gets hurt and they can't do the game season, there's no other way to make up any points. Like, I get like trying to include some other things in the mix. And and their own event only invites 20 people. So you're not getting a huge data set from that either.
Right.
So I think they've got to, I think they have to use some of the other stuff. Honestly, I think the point system is stupid. I like the way they were doing it for before. Just invite the people you want to invite. You're an invitational.
I was about to say, it literally says Mayhem Invitational or qualifier, excuse me, Rogue Invitational. Invite whoever the hell you want to invite.
Yeah, just stop with the points and stop with all the speculation and why did you skip this point person who had more points than that point. Just invite who you want. Call it a day. You know,
it's definitely be the easiest thing to do. Just, hey, we're going to invite these people. And if you don't like it, tough. We have $1 bazillion and you don't. And that's who we're inviting.
Yeah. Because they want to invite their own athletes, right? They pay them to be on they're going to invite their athletes and they have every prerogative to do so. They say what they are. Now, if they were trying to say, hey, we're trying to find the fittest or we're trying to, and then did that stuff, that makes no sense. But Correct. You're just doing an invitational. It's a showcase. Do whatever the hell you want.
And they should. They've been doing whatever the hell they wanted since they've been a company.
Yeah.
So like, why are you giving out points? And it's literally called a Rogue Invitational for a good, solid reason. Invite who the hell you want to invite, and going about your business. Because now you're I don't want to say setting a standard because that's not necessarily correct, but you have this point system and you have this rogue system or whatnot, and now other people are looking at it and going, well, maybe we should base our invites off of that because it's there, and because Rogue is so highly vetted and highly respected and whatnot. It's there, so other people look at it and go, well, why don't we just go off of that? Because that's already established. It's already a thing.
Well, I think it gets hairy now that like Rich is like, hey, I've been a Rogue athlete for 15 years. I want to support Rogue. So let's use their leaderboard. Well, now it's being spread out amongst the community, and maybe that's not what it was intended for to begin with.
Right.
So
also you want to support Rogue. You have been like, you only use Rogue equipment at Mayhem. I am certain. I'm sure the Mayhem Classic has a Rogue rig.
I saw Vicky say maybe they should use Apollo. I bet you Rich and Rory don't even know who Apollo is.
Probably not. If I had to guess, they have no idea who Barclaydale is, much less Apollo rankings.
Because and this is not a bad thing. They have their own bubble. They do everything themselves. So Correct. they don't really know everything going on outside of that bubble. They have their own media team. They have their own coach. They just don't need to. Right?
I would love to see somebody on their show bring up Apollo rankings just to see the confused look on Rich and Rory's faces, because they'd be like, who?
If anybody knows Angelo right. seems to have his finger more on outside the bubble than the others do.
Yeah.
And I see that, like Jonathan's saying, Rory probably knows vaguely. I don't know that he does anymore. I mean, if you asked me that 5 years ago, I'd say he'd know. Right. But I think Angelo definitely has probably his finger on the pulse more than the others on what's going on in the space, because he watches the shows, he comments on the shows, so he knows what's going on.
Hell, he's on some of the shows.
Right.
It wouldn't surprise me if we go back and look. You probably take a little bit of digging to see a show that Barclay was on that Angelo was also on. Like that wouldn't surprise me at all.
So another piece of news, Gabi Magawa, it was announced that she is now at TTT. She's been there for 7 or 8 months.
7 or 8 months.
Adam Rogers. And she announced today, or someone announced today, I think I saw it on the spin, that she is doing Wodapalooza 2026.
Yeah, it was on the spin. Yeah.
So
good, man.
So my question to you is, great for Gabi. That's not the story here for me. My story is, you remember every off season, and we don't have much of one anymore with the WFP going all the way to December. But remember in the off season, there was always this camp movement.
Yeah.
Like people going from TTT to HWPO, going to Proven, going to Mayhem, all this. We haven't heard any of that. Like when I saw this with Gabi going to TTT, that's like the first movement I've heard all off season. Do you think that the days of movement are over?
I don't know if the days of movement are over, but I think until something else comes along or some other athletes come along that's going to shake shit up, I think everybody's kind of satisfied right now. Right? Like the brute guys aren't going anywhere.
No, I don't think the Proven people are going anywhere.
Proven people are seem to be pretty happy where they are. The Mayhem people are the Mayhem people until like you hear of a new name that comes up and, you know, I won't say burst on the scene, but like Austin Hatfield's a good example. Nobody knew who Austin Hatfield was, and all of a sudden he's a Mayhem athlete. I say that John knew.
Not the first. It's been pretty quiet though. Yeah, Tristan, I try to block that out because I'm very unhappy. I didn't want to bring it up, and so I just the only time I even think about that is when I'm trying to finish up this damn documentary, and I'm having a hard time with that.
I didn't want to bring it up, Tristan. I knew you were in the chat. I didn't want to mention it.
It makes me sad, so I don't bring it up.
We still love you.
Just giving you guys a hard time. Yeah. And for people who don't know, just because maybe we're under rock, Hattie Canyo left Tristan and is now with Brute. That happened right after the season, and it makes me sad.
Let's stop saying Hattie left Tristan, and let's say Hattie left Ascend and Tristan is no longer her coach, because we have already had this discussion, and like Hattie and Tristan were definitely not dating. So let's keep that.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you're right about that.
Love doesn't pay his bills.
That is a fact. That is a fact. I am going to go when I get an opportunity, though. When I head that way for a little mini vacation, I'm going to go train with him when I get out there.
Larry says, it made me wonder if it's because Laura's coming back to train with Ben. I don't think that's happening. I think something happened at the 24 games that severed the Gabi Ben group from Laura, Christoph in that group. And I think Laura is now permanently over in Hungary doing her thing at her gym.
There's definitely some sort of catalyst, because they were entirely too tight before for them not to be anything now, which is what seems to be the case. Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Hannah Black Hannah Black and Gabi at TTT. I didn't know Hannah Black went to TTT. Brittany Weiss back at Invictus. I don't consider that movement. That's where she kind of became famous. Hattie moved to Brute, and then Nick Matthews Kringle to Brute. Nick Matthews and Kringle's coach moved to Brute, and they just went along with him.
That's like saying that. Oh, good Lord. Why can I never remember her name? That is mind-boggling to me. But moved to HWPO. Yeah, well, of course she did.
Yeah, because
Justin did. Yeah, of course she did.
Speaking of Justin, this isn't even on my list of stuff, but man, prayers out to him. He's been in the hospital for some time now. I was texting with his wife the other day. It's been a rough week.
Damn.
Apparently he has colitis. He had a flare up, first time in 13 years. He made a post on Instagram. That's why I'm sharing it. If he wouldn't have made it public, I wouldn't have shared it. Like,
of course not.
I've been texting him. I've been texting his wife. It's just tough. Like when you have two small kids to be spending that much time in the hospital. And it's been a stress on the whole family. He's doing okay, just trying to feel better. So hopefully they get some answers soon and he gets home. With that. So anyway, the whole premise of that thing was not to like say that. I think camp movement has slowed tremendously. I mean, there in the last couple off seasons, it's been like half the field has switched camps, and now all of a sudden we're just getting a trickle.
And it used to be worse.
Yeah.
When I got more camps, when like people first started noticing that there were in fact camps, like but it wasn't just one person was with this or one person was with that, but like there were entire teams of people that were training together. That seemed to switch up, like you said, every year and dramatically. Oh no, these people are not with these people anymore. Now they're with that people. Oh no. Now this one's not with that one anymore. Now they're over there. And it seems to be maybe on a bit of a downward thing. But I think once, like I was trying to get that point across earlier, I don't think I did a very good job. Like when new people roll in, I think like, oh, I've been following this programming forever. Now I made it to semifinals, or now I'm knocking on the door of a games spot or whatnot. I'm going to make that jump, and I'm going to go to here, wherever that may be, to try to get myself to the next level or whatnot. I think that's what it's going to take, and maybe they're going to need a whole new crop of people to be able to do that kind of stuff. But I don't see a whole huge crop of people coming in at this point, just because of the established people that are there are pretty solidly in their positions.
Yeah, there's always going to be turnover. It's hard to predict when there's less competitions to see who the competition is going to be for the next up and comer. So it's going to be more of a surprise as they enter the fold in these years than it was in years past.
This is Ortega letting us know right now. He switched from Brute to Sentinel.
Yeah, doesn't count.
We'll consider this your press release right here, Jonathan.
I do have like a little riff to end the show on. So I used to run programs in my job, or programs in my job. And then I ran the training team and for the state of Ohio. And like I was in a meeting today about a training that was being done, and I got PTSD from like the people that I have to work with who do not understand what it's like to do your job well. Right. This is going to be a Scream at the Clouds riff here. So if there's a policy that says that, so we work for the state of Ohio. Our goal is to serve Ohio citizens. We have a job bank that we put job listings into to help Ohioans find work. If you live on the West Virginia-Ohio border, and right across the river, there's a company that's hiring Ohioans, wouldn't it make sense to allow that company to then post jobs in our system? Right? Because you're getting jobs for your citizens, even though the company doesn't reside in your state. So, and that's allowed, right? The people on this training want to be told the exact mileage across the border they're allowed to accept employers to be put into this system. I come from a world where flexibility is good. And if I work in that local county, in that area, I know the businesses that are hiring our people. Like I know, that's my job. That's what I do. And so if you're good to us, we'll be good to you. Let me have that flexibility to determine who those good people are. But no, they want like a 30-mile radius. And then if you're at 31, no, we can't help you. Because that employer at 35 miles may be so damn good that people are willing to drive from Ohio down to that company for a job. But no, we can't do that because, I'm sorry, you're at 35 miles, not 30.
Never mind the fact that their tax money is still going to be spent in Ohio because that's where they live.
Correct. Correct. And your unemployment rate for an Ohio citizen is going down because they got a job. Right? Why the hell Why the hell have we gotten to this place in the world where it's more important to cover our ass than it is to serve the people we're supposed to serve? It goes back to CBG boy. It was more important for him to cover his own ass, bouncing around the comments, doing what he's doing, than to serve his people. No, let's not serve my people. Let's put them out for public scrutiny so people can DM them and ask them if they're following my plan.
So it's fear, right? Scared of your own shadow, scared to do your job.
Right. But if you do your job, everything else works out.
They don't see it that way because they're terrified. Because what if I do my job and I do it too good? No, I don't have a job anymore. Oh no, I gotta show that I did something.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put this boundary on it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you that's how people think.
This country's been around for 250 years. Has there ever been a time in this world, in this country's existence, that everybody had a job?
God, no.
And wanted one. So your job is not going away because there are always people who need help finding a job.
Absolutely.
Do your job too well, you get other people's work. Come on, man. I guess I just come from a different world where seeing this person who's been struggling to put food on the table and needs a job and finding them a job where they can now support their family gives me way more reward than the angst of having to do more of the same thing, helping more people. God forbid I help more people.
Being able to help more people.
Exactly. It is. I literally had a splitting headache after this meeting because we are literally arguing about like, what line should we stop serving people?
How about this? The line that the people are not willing to cross. Let's go with that. That's where it stops.
Yeah.
If I'm here in Louisiana, it is an hour and 45-ish minutes to the Mississippi border. Okay. If that's where my job's at, and that's what I'm willing to do every single day, then that's where I'm going. So why are they putting or trying to put in an arbitrary line right there when I still live here? All the money I spend that you're going to get back in tax revenue, whatever, is still going to be here. I'm still going to be able to put food on my table. So who gives a shit about how far out I have to go other than me?
The people that are supposedly complaining, because I have not heard from the people. I've only heard from their bosses, right?
Surprise, surprise.
The people supposedly complaining, their job is to assess the job market in their area. They're housed in that area. And then to go recruit employers to use our system for job postings as opposed to like Indeed or some of those other places, right?
Yeah.
And then we will help with the recruitment process. We will help with, hey, here's a list of good candidates. Here's a list of whatever, right? And take off some of the burden of an employer in going through a job search by doing part of the weed out process or whatever. If your job is to assess that area, you better damn well know who the good employers are and who are the ones that are actually hiring our people. Right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yes, Mark, it's a state program. And I've probably crossed a line and shouldn't have talked about it on this show, but I'm not giving away any secrets. I'm not giving away any names. It's just ridiculous. I had Social Security 4 weeks and I was told to just go find a job no matter how long I had to drive. And I'm from Europe. Wow. Common sense for turnips.
That's the problem, Vicky, is that common sense is not common anymore.
Mark Phillips, no, I'm just shocked it's a benefit. Never heard of any states doing that before. Yeah, every state has the ability to do. It's a federal program. Every state has the ability to do this program. Now they get to like make it look however they want to make it look in their state, but everybody has a part of a grant, a federal grant. Every state gets money from it. All 50 take advantage of it, and they can make it look however they want, but it is to help people find jobs and recruit employers.
In Louisiana, it probably looks like somebody's buying a Cadillac. That's about how corrupt our shit is down here.
Well, you see how well advertised it is. I'm involved in the hiring process pretty often and never heard of it. Alabama. So I would go to conferences in 10 states in the Midwest. And I know those 10 states were pretty similar in how it looked and felt. It had little things that were tweaked differently here and there. But in Ohio, we actually have people hired that their job is to go out and talk to employers about this and to help them weed through the candidates.
Nice.
So I'm not saying all of them do their job super well, but we do hire them to do that job. And I haven't been out on the front lines in almost 10 years. So I would not want to give an assessment of the quality in which they do the jobs. I only ever talk to the supervisors now because I'm with the systems team and we just try to make the systems work for them.
Right.
So,
fun stuff.
And every bit of that meeting today was, this is why I don't do that job anymore. This is why I'm not out on the front lines anymore.
It's always a good reminder to remind yourself why this is why I do what I do now instead of what I was doing then.
Exactly. And I'm very happy doing what I'm doing now, and I don't want to do that anymore.
Yes, Lord.
All right, people. That's my little riff for the day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Really helps the algorithm. Leave some comments.
Dude, especially the last 3 days, my HRV is steadily just creeping up and creeping up and creeping up every night. Even last night, so I coached this morning, so I get up earlier than what I normally do, right, by like 45 minutes or so. So my sleep window is shortened, but even in the shortened sleep window, I slept like it was like, oh, your REM sleep was higher than normal, and your HRV is excuse me, I got a notification from Apple Health saying that from my watch that said that some of your metrics are outside of their normal range, but it was trending upwards, like in the good direction. I cannot say enough about, like, as soon as this one gets low, I'm ordering a new one.
Yeah, you can do that at Thirdzy.com/Jazzy. I talked to my mom last night who wants to order some, and she goes, I Googled it and I was having a hard time finding it. I'm like, why are you Googling it? You watch my lunch show every day to see if Corey's on. And every day I tell you it's Thirdzy.com/Jazzy. And I even do the jazz hands. And she goes, oh, that is right, isn't it? I said, yeah, Thirdzy.com. If you get that far, you don't even have to do the backslash. And then you go Thirdzy.com, and at checkout, it'll ask you for a promo code, Jazzy.
Easy day.
Easy day.
Easy.
Right there, Mom. Day. Easy peasy. And then you get your Thirdzy in the mail a couple days later. Super simple.
Worth every single penny.
Amanda says, welcome to the light, Corey. Or the dark because you're sleeping.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Like, I've been making it with milk. I warm it up a little bit in the microwave, so it's not, fresh out the refrigerator. I got my little the froth that it makes on top. It's so thick from just a little bit of mixing, like it's delicious. I don't know. I like salted caramel too, so that helps.
Yeah. All right, guys, like and subscribe, do all that stuff. Check out Thirdzy. It's awesome stuff. And then we'll be back tomorrow for another show. See you then. Bye.